and then named a bunch of other kids. I said, what the what's going on? Anyway, I said, yeah, I just saw this, I mentioned, but he's using a name. I didn't recognize the name.
Yeah.
I said, that's Anthony Sibilio. That's Siley. He's going. So my son starts hysterical laughing. I said, what the fuck are you laughing at? That's a fact. Dad, forget about it. I used to tell you, and my mind was, in a lot of places 25 years ago, 20 years ago, 15 years ago, whatever. So my kids used to tell me as they were getting older that he was known to be, somebody that would embellish.
Yes.
Yeah, brutally. But I knew that. My bad. So what happens is he then goes into the reason why Lee Cole really has him on the show is I'm listening. I hear his son passes away. I'm like, holy shit. So now I start to listen to it. And then the next thing I hear is, how close he is with somebody from Queens, very well respected West Side guy. I'm from the same neighborhood. I met the man. What's that?
His uncle. He said he was his uncle. He was
okay.
His driver.
Yeah, I'll get to that in a second. I'll get to that in a second. I promise you, I'll clean this up.
Yeah.
And and I can only clean up what I know. You know what I mean? And whatever. And I'm not here to whatever in the world of make believe whatever you want. You know what I mean? But anyway, I met the man once. That doesn't mean I was fucking in his crew. That doesn't mean I was around him. Doesn't mean I know him. As a matter of fact, I told a story on what not to do as a kid. I was 18. I was in his restaurant trying to impress a girl. So I thought I would say to him, being a young kid, enamored with the life, nothing. I was a worker in construction. Hey, Mr. Federici, shook his hand. Everything. By the way, so-and-so sends his regards. I knew I had an idea he was in the street, a friend of somebody I knew. Oh, not an old timer. He was kind of younger than Tony was at that time. And he gives me this look, but he shakes my hand and goes, oh, well, I found out like 3 days later that Tony totally disliked this fucking guy that I said told me to, say hello. Because I was trying to impress the girl I was with. I told him to say, so-and-so says hello. They didn't fucking like each other. I just took it on my own to do that, thinking it was a good thing to do. Well, I learned that lesson. Now, Tony didn't treat me anyway, but I found out, no, they don't like each other. Who the fuck told you to go say he sends his regards? You idiot. Don't ever do that again. So then I hear him go on about, I didn't know he said it was his uncle. I just knew that I had heard that firsthand. There was an underground gym in the restaurant. Wow. Guys, there's nothing you could not imagine when he was with me. When I tell you I've gone easy, all you got from me was just anger because I felt I gave you an opportunity not not knowing all these videos were out there. Okay. So for the month and a half or whatever he was on with me, I don't even know. The stories every day were crazy. Now, yes. I can tell you my sons are men. Okay. What I mean by men, they have families. That's what I mean.
Yeah. Responsibilities.
They understand a lot of things because they saw a lot. I wish they didn't. But my point is they work, they do the right things in life. But there's certain things people have that just are innate. That's just the way it is. That doesn't mean you aspire to do those things, but you understand the street and sometimes you get lured to it. Long story short, one of my sons would say to me that, please it's fucking embarrassing. Mm. It's embarrassing.
So and your son knew that he was.
Listen, I knew, right. But when you got people you love that are men that know and are telling me, and then I'll be like, what? They would tell me even more. And they were getting to the point where they were clowning him like that. So I tried to tell him, listen, my man, of all people, not that I was somebody special, understand where I'm coming from. I'm far removed from any street activity or anything like that. Okay? But that doesn't mean I'm not a man. Okay? What made you decide after I said, you know what, Tone, I hear about the tragedy and all of that. He's not going to do that with fucking on my show. No way. No way. He knows that. Not that I was somebody special, but Joey, Kane, you understand? Chad, I hope you understand where I'm going.
Yes, we understand.
You're not going to do it here.
Yes.
You're not going to do it. And not only did he do it, I actually allowed it, and I took a back seat. And then what happens is the cork eventually leaves the bottle. So I could get into a million fucking things of what I would hear every day that are so cringy and embarrassing. I won't go into. Whatever you heard me say the other night or 2 weeks, whenever I blew up, is a fact. I brought another person's show into it and got upset at that person too, because what happened was I was getting a couple of trolls, right, that I never get. And one of my sons and a couple other people that care about me in the channel said, you know what? Those trolls are coming out of so-and-so show. So that's why you heard me say, when I saw Dr. Seuss with a wrench in that kid's show, who happens to be from my fucking neighborhood, okay? I said, wow.
Yeah.
And I knew that kid doesn't know me and I don't know him.
Yeah.
But I know he knows.
Yes, and that I just want to. I'm sorry.
He knows the score.
Yeah, I'm sorry to cut you off. That kid platforms informants from your area, correct?
Well, I right. So that
yes.
I just want you guys to, you know how I feel about that already.
Yes.
So, but I want you guys to know why his name got put in it.
Mm-hmm.
You give the guy a wrench. I know you have a dear friend of yours that knows me somewhat. And I know that I just threw this cocksucker off my show. And now now the two trolls are tracked to your show. And now I see a wrench for him in your show. So my attitude is, oh, you think it's all fucking good to come right back? No. I like, it's personal. It's personal. I don't take it like, forget the lies and the 100 videos that showed up and calling me David Berkowitz, and I'll handle that in a second.
Yeah.
That's fine because I'm better looking than him. No, that's the only thing that insulted me, but I understood it. You know what? I platformed something. Guess what? I owned it. I apologized for it because I owed it to my people, and I owed it to people that I told them, no, you could tell him your fucking life story. He's all right. Think about that. So now you go into a show to a kid in my neighborhood because you're calculated, because you understand that you're going to put that fucking kids in harm's way. Not, I'm an old man. But there are people that love me that are young. They don't give a fuck if you're cop callers. And this is not threats. We're not threatening nobody. Why would you do that? What I was trying to say is, young man, wake up. He's calculated. He's going to put you guys in trouble. Meaning, you start bad-mouthing me in your channel. They already got a hard on for him for what he did and making a fucking mockery of our show. They knew I was upset. Like my ears are red. So that should tell you something. Long story short, I said some things about that show. And I said some things about anybody, no doubt. To me, whether you platform rats, cooperators, and in this case, I don't know if habitual is good enough. Diseased mind, fucking narcissistic, fucking schizophrenic. I don't know what word I could come up with to justify his.
Now I have a really good question. When you knew him 20 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Was he like normal? Because I've been thinking maybe he has post-traumatic stress from losing the son, or was he always a bullshitter all his life? Right. So this is not post-traumatic stress because his
from what I hear, he's been Dr. Seuss forever. How's about that? And
did you know anything about his boxing career or the claims?
Yeah, I know his boxing career was zero. And just to let you guys know, my daughter's 21st birthday party was in Vinnie Madalone's lounge. How's that?
For real?
I wouldn't say it.
Is there any way we can get that interview?
Is there any way what? I'll tell you what.
Yes. Please let me interview Vinnie. Yo, we thought we did a show with
Listen to me. Vinnie opened up a lounge in the Whitestone Village some years back. Okay, that's what it's called. My children, I was in the Bronx. I just told you I spent every waking I lived there. I was busy. But when I would get back to the neighborhood, my boys would say to me, my daughter, but my boys especially, Dad, we want you to meet Vinnie, you know.
The real Vinnie.
Vinnie became, you know, like the old timers would. They look after the younger kids.
So you know him. You know the real Vinnie Maradona.
Absolutely. But listen, we'll go even further with it. Okay. One of my sons is very close, very close.
I've been looking for this.
As a matter of fact, he was with him last. He saw him last week. And, you know, because when guys know that other guys are doing whatever they're doing in the street. It's very normal for guys that have that in them to show respect, and you guys stay out of trouble, do the right thing. And that's how it is. Now, whether Vinny knew I was running rampant in the Bronx or not is neither here nor there. He was just a good person that looked after my boys when I wasn't around and got close with my boys. And then 2 years later, I wound up having my daughter's 21st birthday party and whatnot. But here's what I got to say about that.
Hold on, time out. Does Vinny know that there was a guy on YouTube pretending to be him? Did you ever have a discussion with him?
I believe my son did. I never want to talk on something I don't know 100%, but I'll tell you this. How's about this? I give you my word. Tomorrow, I'll let you know. But I'll tell you this.
I will pay money. I will pay money to get that interview. I don't care how much it is.
Vinny, I'll tell you this. I could confidently tell you Vinny has no fucking clue who he is. Yeah. I could tell you nobody on the West Side knows who the fuck he is. How's about that? Because guess what? When you're active in the street, you meet people. Maybe you went to school with people. He knew that. So lying to me was stupid.
Did Silo tell you he was Vinny Maladon? Did he tell you that? Or no, of course not.
Never brought it up to me. Why? Why do you think he can't bring that up to me?
Because you knew him 20 years ago. Yes.
Right, but he can't bring it up because he knows I had a relationship and my children had a relationship with Vinny. He knows my daughter's party was there. Tony knew everything. So he's never going to talk about certain things or people I know. He knew he's very good at conniving and running from that. You understand? So we're never going to talk about the topics. Always going to get switched. So if he ever brought up, so now I'm not aware of any of these videos that are out there. Then all of a sudden, it was time for him to go. The cringiness was at the point where I couldn't hear it no more. I just got crazy shit. Like, forget it. You have no idea. So I finally, he's got to go. And then all of a sudden, everybody in my family is getting these videos from Transposed Playhouse. By the way, you do great work. And I'm glad you did what you did because it made me very mad and angry, which it should have. Because it should have happened weeks, months before it happened. But that being said, sending those videos and having everybody in my family see them, it made me look like a big jerk off, and that was good. That needed to happen because that's really what it was. Because I platformed them, I gave them a green light, and I should know better. So now I had to answer for that. I felt an obligation to answer for that. So I took it personal. That you would dare come on here and try to sabotage something that's nothing anyway. We're very small. Why would you try to ruin it? For what? For what? Why? Because you would think I would never see those videos. But guess what? I saw them all. So that's when it all added up. I saw the video Matt alone. He knows he couldn't talk to me about MMA. I won't get into it. But you guys will watch my channel. I have a couple of friends, dear friends. And I have a son that maybe you guys will see someday. I don't know. Only God knows, right? You got a dream, you go after it. Certain things he could never approach me about. He couldn't talk to me about the Bronx and wise guys in the Bronx. He couldn't. He tried. And there's times even he did that. Or just wise guy shit in general. And I didn't like to talk about it. Whatever. I just don't. I didn't with him anyway. For whatever reason. Because I would hear crazy shit. And long story short, all the truths came out. He's a fucking liar. But here's what I got to say about the fake Golden Gloves, the Vinny Matalone. Vinny Matalone has a first glaring thing. You don't look like Vinny. 1, 2. Vinny would bust your fucking nugget. 3. Vinny has a rosary bead tattoo right across his neck. This jerk off is always on Angel Gotti's show with a fucking half naked. You know why?
Which I'm sorry to cut you off. Silo said on the sports show that he got a tattoo removal. He said that one of his tattoos got removed.
All right,
Joe, do you remember that? I'm
covered. You don't see half my shit. Yeah. Listen to me. If you get a tattoo removed, you guys are smart guys. I don't care how good they are. You still see the impression. It's still an impression of a tattoo. You just don't see all the color. You would see it. You would see the scar. They brand you out. They burned it out. Right. Listen, he could have a tattoo of the Pope on his fucking chest. He ain't fucking Vinny Matalone.
We're out of here.
Yeah, no, I don't. I feel bad that I got to do this.
No, we could do this again. Silo said that he fought in the Navy. Is there any truth to that?
Yeah, and I got a fucking Shirley bigger than. I got a friend Shirley bigger than him.
Okay, number two. He said that he went with his uncle and Mickey Rourke to the John Gotti trial in 1992.
Maybe he went as a fucking spectator. That wouldn't surprise me.
Not as his uncle. No, he didn't go with his uncle. He went with
Mickey Rourke.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, wouldn't he, if that was his uncle, and he was his uncle's driver, would he have to say to his uncle, "I'm going to this thing," or could he just go like, based on a
Absolutely
protocol,
fucking not. You can't go fucking nowhere without an okay.
right?
If you're involved.
Right.
Now, if you're just Joe fucking Schmo,
right,
you can do whatever you want.
right.
I can't tell you how many times I was told to get off a table.
Right.
And then in time, I was privy to conversations I didn't want to hear.
Mm-hmm.
But I was told no, because I put enough time in. And whatever. That's not just me. That's how it works.
Right.
So you're get the fuck. Come on, please.
Craig,
Joey, I love you guys. King. I love your crew. I love the crew.
Yep.
Look, come up with something better than David Berkowitz. How about
yeah.
I'd rather be Laurel and Hardy or something.
I believe someone in the chat apologized.
How about we call you Craig? How about that?
Yeah, we're gonna call you Craig. Yes.
I'll take it.
Someone apologized already for
No, stop. No, I deserved it because I put the mud up. I deserved it. I did.
No,
that's why I apologize to everybody.
Hit me up on Twitter. Hit me up on Twitter at KaneShades83. I would love to talk to you.
Kane, I got fucking CTE, AD, double triple HD. You'll have to send it to me. I swear to God, I'm like fucking retarded.
I will definitely do that. Hey, have a blessed night.
You guys be well.
You doing
I know
a show
everybody's
tonight?
mad at me right now. You got it, guys. Joey, yeah, I'm doing a show.
We'll jump off.
I'm gonna talk a little stuff. If you see the thumbnail, it'll be a decent one, I think.
We'll jump off and we'll send everyone over there.
Whatever, you got it, guys. It's a pleasure. I'm here anytime you need me. But what I say is this: good night, everybody in the chat. It was a pleasure. I just want to say this. I just think that until he is ready to do what he's going to do, I'm done. He's done. So our next conversation, whatever you just want to go with, let's go with. But
let me add.
He's in the rearview mirror, guys.
I honestly believe he would call the cops. That guy. If something ever went down.
Yeah,
I know if someone
but you know what though? I will say this. Here's the thing I'll say about that. You're right, Joey. But here's the thing: some people, some don't give a fuck. Right. I was taught at a very young age. I know I get like fucking emotional, but I mean it. I was taught at a young age, very young. It's not who wins or loses. It's who's willing to go the furthest. That's the winner.
Bingo. Yep.
I never understood it. I was a young fucking kid. I didn't understand that. Certain things in my life are non-negotiable. I mean that. Yes. Certain things. And everybody should have them. Everybody's different.
And
but in everybody's life, something should be non-negotiable.
Yes.
For me, unfortunately, there's probably about 10.
Yes, and you dropped a gem. You dropped a gem the other night. You said the worst thing about getting an ass whooping is waiting for it.
Whatever. Yo, listen, man. I'm too old to be fighting, but guess what? For him, I'll come out of retirement.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be my pleasure. Yeah, and I told him we don't even have to film it. Nobody's got to see it. Nobody's got to see what's going to happen. And it'll be over. I'll punch you right in your fucking rooster throat and it'll be over. I know. Look, I don't want to go on. Hey, keep me wrong. Look how red my fucking ears are.
Yes. Calm down, Craig. Everything's
no, I'm good. That's just me. I was worse on a football field. Forget it. See you guys later. I love you guys. Be well.
Thanks, man.
Anytime. Call me. I'm with you.
And Craig, when people get upset on the show, we play some Vinnie Bracco. We do this.
We love, but it's in our minds most of the time.
Rhythm and blues guy. Everybody in my chat knows him. I'm shocked.
Great guy.
His name is Papa Chubby. That's my cousin.
Yeah.
He's like a badass guitarist. So if there's anybody in your chat that loves the rhythm and blues, go check him out. You want to hear
we play rock music heavy here. Yes.
The Papa Chubby Band. Check him out.
All right, Craig, we're gonna say
later, guys. Peace.
Take care.
All right. That was amazing. That was Craig Gatto. Everyone, go check his channel out.